This video is dedicated to all those allopathy doctors from today till past 100 years. To all those allopathy doctors, this is the time. You know what is happening in the Kolkata rape case with the doctors and all these things. This is the time when the doctors need to do especially allopathy doctors need to do a very deep introspective about their actions. Why I'm saying so? If you want to know more in details about this topic, then you have to watch this video till the end. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, then you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and you will get lots of important and beautiful things in this channel that you will feel good about yourself in the future as a human being, as an ideal human being. Kolkata has witnessed one of the gravest, one of the most horrible and evilest and greatest hypocritic thing has happened in Kolkata with a doctor, by a doctor, guided by doctors, and facilitated by a family which has doctors. And the agitation which is going on in Kolkata is also headed by and run by doctors. So it is very important in this time which we are living now, which we say it's the epoch time, when the dark times are going to meet the bright times. The dark times means the times of evil, times of negativity, hypocrisy will change to the times of positivity. Because if you ask yourself within, you know this thing that we do not want any more negativity, any more hypocrisy in our lives. That is why all the doctors are protesting. All the junior doctors, the doctors, medical students, and the doctors and people and their mothers and their parents and everybody is protesting, especially in Bengal and throughout the whole over the country, all over the country. Even the political parties, they are also protesting. Maybe they are protesting for their own political benefits and gains, but common people are protesting. And very soon there'll be huge protests. So it is time. See, if we do not, because as a Satyugi, as a person who has dedicated his life for the last 28 years post renouncing his white-collar job as a military officer and coming and doing this with no returns, completely selflessly, I have realized this thing: unless we introspect, we put a mirror and stand in front of the mirror and see what we have done. So since this video is dedicated to doctors, I want to urge, because doctors are also human beings. Even if Bharatiya people, because they have experienced those Ayurvedic doctors, those Kaviraj and those Veds and those greatest surgeons on which the Western medical science has founded itself, from the Bharatiya medical system and surgery system. This is very important for the allopathy doctors in Bharat to realize this thing, that what all evil and hypocrite things they have done. If you see in RG Kaur hospital, and all over Bengal, I think maybe all over world, and in Bharat also. I'm talking about Bengal. Doctors have done, allopathy doctors have done a lot of evil things, a lot of hypocrisy. In the urge of earning lots and lots of money, they have made their most immaculate work on earth, being a doctor. Even after taking that hypocrite's promise or something like that, when they become MBBS, they take a promise to serve humanity and all these things, and they call it a hypocrite's thing. I don't know why they couldn't change it, because it's actually turns out to be hypocritic. So doctors need to question themselves. Was my tenure as a doctor, in my tenure as a doctor, how much I have served human beings selflessly? Fine, everybody needs to be rich. Doctors are mostly capitalists. They just think, which there's nothing wrong in being capitalist, but they that, I need to get all the privileges because my parents have spent so much money, and all these things. Well, most of the doctors, most of the greatest medical hospitals, medical colleges are actually government colleges, where they don't have to pay as much as in a private college they would have paid. So the doctors have done a lot of hypocrisy. In RG also, the doctors, the principal and other people, they were doctors, and they were like, they got good marks. It is not that many people tell me that, Korak, with education people will change into good, but I have an experience of 22 years selflessly giving education in slums and villages, and I had to eventually stop that for various reasons. It is not education. With education, maybe we cannot make education a scapegoat, because that thing which has happened in RG is done by doctors on that lady doctor. Nobody's talking. I don't know why nobody's talking about those doctors, those course mates, those classmates, of this lady doctor who was brutally raped and murdered. So I don't know why they are not talking about it, but all these people who murdered and maybe also raped were doctors, because when the mind is very intelligent, with that intelligence, either you do positive things or you do negative things and hide it as hypocrisy. And most of the times, because of the lust for money, the greed for big things and big holidays and big capitalist things, we end up doing a lot of hypocrisy. We end up doing a lot of negative things. I know this thing. I have seen the military situations. I have seen the government situations. I've seen the government hospitals, and I've seen, I just don't want to, even if I have been serving people with my hands, dying destitute people and all. I love to do that, but I really hate, as a Satyugi, I really hate to visit a hospital. Maybe it is, even if it is a military hospital, even if it is a government hospital, even if it is a private hospital, I just hate to visit hospital unless it's an emergency, or unless it's there's no other option, because you never know when you fall sick or when you get into an emergency. But it is time, because the thing which they are doing, all the doctors are marching in the streets and doing so many things. They have to put the spotlight on themselves. Period. Unless they put a spotlight on themselves and change their negative ways, if they are into negativity, their hypocritic ways, if they are into hypocrisy, to positivity. If the doctors don't, then their struggle will just go down the drain. Like it happens every time something happens, the local police, they are unable to do anything. Then the CBI comes, they are also unable to solve any problem. Most of the interrogations where CBI comes, I don't know, Sushant Singh Rajput is still not solved. I don't know whether Rabindranath Tagore's Nobel Prize is solved. Not, because the system is so. CBI cannot solve, police cannot solve, governments will misuse the situations, the courts will just take money and be at the side of the negative and the hypocrites, without caring about positivity, without caring about the parents of the girl, without caring about the parents of the rape, or the rape victim, or the murderer, whose family somebody is murdered. It's like nobody cares. So it is time. If the doctor, I'm really happy that the doctors have come on the streets to fight the system, to fight the political system or something. But it is very important that the doctors put the spotlight on themselves and stop any negativity, any hypocrisy, and serve as a Bhagwan Tulya, means really somebody who is like God, saving lives. So that it is very important. If they don't do that, just take it from me, from a Satyugi who is an ideal human, who has dedicated his life to make more ideal humans, and they are being made. Your struggle which you are doing in the streets now will just go down the drain unless you change your ways 100% from negativity and hypocrisy to positivity. You are intelligent enough, you are smart enough, you would know how to do that. If you still want my help to do that, I am there. If you are part of Satyugi army who is dedicated to bring golden age for humanity, health, nature, Bharat, and Dharma, along with inner excellence, then you can be part of Satyugi army. That is why I am making this video. But you have to let go. All doctors, all medical students have to let go and even not think that you are here just as a big capitalist businessman. You are here to serve people with because you have been given that intelligence. You have dedicated so much hard work to become a doctor, to become someone who is just like Bhagwan, godlike. So you have to, because now the future which is knocking at our door will not accept a negative or a hypocrite person, even if that person is a doctor or anybody else, even the Prime Minister or President. If they are negative and hypocrite, they will be diluted by the nature, by Bhagwan. So take care of yourself, keep the struggle on, and let go of any negativity and hypocrisy in your field as a doctor, in your field as a principal of a medical college or a hospital, or even in your field as a person who is in charge, or a doctor in a private nursing home or a hospital. It's time you just become positive. If you want your struggle and your life to be successful and to live a happy, content and richer life within. So see you again in the next video. Until then, have a very beautiful day, introspection, and also subscribe to this channel and share this channel with your friends and family. And have a very beautiful day. Pranam.